Here's a line-by-line explanation of John Donne's A Hymn to God the Father. First stanza. 1. Wilt thou forgive that sin where I begun, which was my sin, though it were done before? Donne asks God if he will forgive the original sin, the sin inherited from Adam and Eve, and acknowledges it as his personal sin, even though it happened long before he existed. 2. Wilt thou forgive that sin through which I run, and do run still, though still I do deplore? Donne refers to his habitual sins, which he continues to commit despite feeling deep regret for them. He seeks God's forgiveness for his ongoing struggles with sin. 3. When thou hast done, thou hast not done, for I have more. Donne acknowledges that even if God forgives his current sins, he will continue to sin because of his human nature, creating an endless need for forgiveness. Second stanza 4. Wilt thou forgive that sin which I have won others to sin and made my sin their door? Donne asks forgiveness for leading others into sin, either through his actions or by being an example that encouraged them to sin. 5. Wilt thou forgive that sin which I did shun a year or two, but wallowed in a score? He confesses to abandoning certain sins temporarily a year or two, but indulging in them for much longer, a score equal 20 years. He asks for forgiveness for this weakness. 6. When thou hast done, thou hast not done, for I have more. Repeating this line emphasizes the perpetual nature of sin and Donne's ongoing need for God's mercy. Third stanza 7. I have a sin of fear that when I have spun my last thread, I shall perish on the shore. Donne admits his fear of dying unworthy and being condemned. Perish on the shore. The metaphor spun my last thread refers to the end of his life, using the imagery of spinning to signify the weaving of human existence. 8. But swear by thyself that at my death thy sun shall shine as he shines now and heretofore. Donne asks God to promise that Jesus, God's Son, will shine on him at the moment of death, offering salvation as he always has. 9. Having done that, thou hast done, I fear no more. If God grants this assurance, Donne declares that all will be resolved, and his fear of eternal damnation will be replaced with peace and confidence in salvation. This poem beautifully captures Donne's struggle with guilt, repentance, and faith, expressing his reliance on God's boundless grace and forgiveness.